20 years ago, this animal was a calf stumbling behind its mother, struggling to control its oversized trunk. Today, it towers over the savanna. Reaching this scale brings a shift in daily reality. Adulthood introduces new risks and social roles, requiring the elephant to use its size and experience to safeguard the herd's collective interests. This is when a social split occurs. Female elephants remain anchored within their matriarchal families for life. Young males leave the herd as they mature, navigating the world largely on their own. As these solitary males mature, a profound internal hormonal transformation begins to take hold. This change redefines the animal, turning a juvenile male into a mature bull. At certain periods, they enter a reproductive state known as musth. Driven by surging androgen levels, a bull produces strong-smelling secretions, travels great distances, and becomes highly aggressive. While this behavior appears volatile, it is a highly evolved reproductive strategy rather than arbitrary aggression. Studies show that older bulls typically experience longer and more regular periods of musth. They use their size and experience to outcompete younger rivals, ensuring that age-tested genes are passed to the next generation. For a male elephant, evolutionary success requires enduring this physically demanding, solitary existence to eventually earn a place in the genetic lineage. When mating occurs, the male moves on. The female's life remains anchored to the collective safety and social structure of her family. This chart compares gestation periods across the animal kingdom, illustrating the elephant's unique 22-month development cycle. It takes nearly 2 full years of internal development before a single calf enters the world. Sustaining a pregnancy of this length requires unusual hormonal mechanisms, including the maintenance of multiple corpora lutea in the ovaries, which support the calf's growth month after month. The result of this long gestation is a highly advanced calf, capable of standing within hours, immediately protected by a circle of female relatives. Because a single calf requires such a massive investment of time and biological energy, the herd must secure vast ecological resources to guarantee its survival. Maintaining bodies of this scale requires an astonishing daily intake of grass, leaves, bark, and roots, a constant search for vegetation that dictates the herd's movement. To access these resources, elephants act as ecosystem engineers. They physically reshape their environment, pushing down trees, opening pathways through dense vegetation, and digging into dry riverbeds to find water. As they feed, they carry seeds through their digestive systems, depositing them more than a kilometer away from the parent tree and actively influencing forest structure. Engineering an ecosystem and feeding a multi-generational herd requires vast, unbroken stretches of continuous land. This spatial requirement is directly colliding with the human footprint. As roads and agricultural farms expand, ancient elephant habitats are fracturing into isolated pieces. The tension peaks when an ancient, memory-guided migration route suddenly intersects with a newly built road or settlement. When those routes lead into agriculture, crop raiding becomes a reality. To a hungry herd, a field of crops is an accessible food source. To the farmer, those same crops represent a year of income and survival. These encounters often end in devastation for both sides, leading to retaliatory killings, human injuries, and catastrophic economic losses for local communities. This pressure over land is shadowed by the illegal ivory trade, which has driven severe population declines across Africa for centuries. Human-elephant conflict is a tragic collision of two species with identical needs for space, food, and security. To manage this collision, scientists are testing non-lethal mitigation strategies, from early warning systems and crop guarding to chili-based deterrence. Long-term conservation relies on geography, protecting the continuous wildlife corridors that allow herds to move between fragmented habitats without entering human settlements. If these pathways remain open, the newborn calf can continue to learn the sounds and paths of its family, following the steps of the matriarch. The elephant's primary evolutionary advantage lies in its living network of generational memory. A single matriarch's memory of a drought-resistant water source or a migration route can save an entire family decades after she first learned it. When that matriarch passes, her knowledge survives through the experienced females who remain, continuing the chain of social learning. Today, this ancient survival mechanism depends on human choices. We decide where the forests remain and whether the wildlife corridors survive. No elephant survives alone. Its future relies entirely on our willingness to protect its family, its landscape, and its memory.